Alrighty. Yes, this is the Zorpix Den. This is my face. You still don't know my name. And today we have a special guest coming from Xbox One Daily. His name is Tucker Martin. So,
Hey, guys.
alright. So today I just got an Xbox 360 and I'm liking it. It's a pretty fun console. And I was thinking of maybe doing some kind of comparison, but the Xbox 360 is a generation old. So I decided to ask Tucker if he could come on and do a comparison between the Xbox One and the Wii U. So, he agreed, and we set this up, and we're just going to go over a couple different areas of comparison for the two systems, and we're just going to talk about them. So, all right, the first thing I have on my little list here is the console overview, just how we like it as a whole. Do you want to start with the Xbox, or should I go first with the Wii U?
Since this is your den, I'll let you go first. And
All right. Cool. I appreciate that. All right. So the Wii U, I do like it as a whole. It's had a lot of nice improvements over the Wii. It has better online capabilities, even though not too many games are taking advantage of it. Miiverse is really fun, at least I think. Um, the the gamepad, I like it. I know it's kind of a mix right now. Some people think it's unnecessary. Some people think it's stupid. I like it. I've After playing Wind Waker HD on it, it's kind of hard to imagine playing it without it because you have the map right there, and I think you had to like go into a menu every time you wanted to use the map, and like all your items were down there. It was nice. It was convenient. But for things like New Super Mario Brothers U, it just mirrors it the whole time, and it just didn't really. I mean, off TV play is really nice because when I'm home from college, my parents we hook it up to the same TV, and so I can play while they're watching TV. So it's nice in that respect, but I still would have liked to have seen more with it. Um, for a basic overview, I think that's pretty much it. I like it, but there's some things that just don't make that much sense.
I'd have to agree with that general statement. I too have a Wii U. I picked up the Wind Waker version back in September,
Nice.
and I haven't, if I'm being honest, I haven't played it a whole lot. Unfortunately, just because I do most of my third-party gaming on Xbox platforms. But I did pick up Monster Hunter, and
Nice.
I do really enjoy the multiplayer functionality. Like you said,
Yeah.
not many titles are taking full advantage of that, um, but the ones that are, such as like the Monster Hunters and whatnot, I find myself to really enjoy that. The fact that there's no online subscription required, and the whole like Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus, all that
Yeah.
stuff. I really enjoy that, and I really respect Nintendo for doing that. That's hon- I'm not sure if I would expect them to do it any other way, but I am really enjoying that feature of the Wii U.
Yeah. Um, all right, so just give me your thoughts about the Xbox One. I mean, I honestly don't have one. I've heard a few things, but I'm not entirely sure about some of the specifics. So, and I'm sure a lot of our readers here are the same way. So, let's hear what you have to say.
Regarding just the general overview, I'd say I'm thoroughly happy with the product. There are definitely ways that it needs to improve, and Microsoft has been um, pretty good about bringing those features, such as like party support and fixing the party support that was all screwed up um, at launch, which I want to say I forgive them for that, just because they had to completely rewrite their operating system because of the whole no DRM uh, issue, we'll call it. But
Yeah, the fiasco.
yeah, but at the moment, I really enjoy it. I'm finding myself playing my 360 more than I thought I would, just because of the whole software lineup, and I have a massive backlog of games to still get to. But for the most part, the Xbox One, it impresses me where it does try new things, but at the same time, I don't use it for most of those new things. Like, I don't use the TV functionality, I don't use the Netflix and the Hulus and the streamings. Like, pretty much my game consoles are solely game consoles,
Okay.
which is what I love about the Wii U. It it knows what it wants to be, and it
Yeah.
does it well. Um, the gamepad, while it does get a lot of crap, I'd say it's doesn't deserve it. If in my opinion, the gamepad is like a much needed improvement to the original Wii's design. I missed out on the original Wii simply because I wasn't having any of that motion support. Like that wasn't for me.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so
I
now
can
that
see that.
yeah, now that it's going back to the whole analog sticks and analog buttons, I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah. See, I skipped out on everything but a Wii last generation,
Yeah.
and mainly the reason was cost. But
Hmm.
I guess part of the reason I didn't go for Xbox was I didn't like the idea of paying for Xbox Live, and I told myself I would never pay for Xbox Live as long as I lived. And now that I have a 360, I'm like, I might pay for Xbox Live. Because the thing is, like, well, you do have to pay for it, and that's something that Nintendo kind of shies away from. You do get a lot with it. You get, like, now with Games with Gold, you get 2 games a month, and those are yours to keep even if you drop the service.
Yeah.
Um, you get the online play. You get access to. See, that was always my biggest qualm with it was you need Xbox Live Gold to watch Netflix, and I know that's not your thing, but
Yeah.
like,
That's a complaint that even I have. Like, as someone
yeah,
who's been with Xbox since 2004, uh, that's kind of
yeah,
bullshit. Like,
yeah,
to put it bluntly, that's just I don't know why that's still a thing. Well, I do know why it's still a thing. It's still a
well,
thing
yeah,
because 40 million people are still paying for it.
right,
But as someone who doesn't use Netflix, that even upsets me a little bit.
yeah,
But um, another reason that I really like the Wii U, especially in comparison to the Xbox One, currently is the backwards compatibility. You said you only went with the Wii last generation.
mhm,
I missed out on the Wii, but because the Wii U is natively backwards compatible, I get to go back and enjoy the Skyward Swords and Brawl, even though I played Brawls at a friend's house. But
yeah.
like all those titles that I missed out on, I get to finally go back and really enjoy.
Yeah, that's really nice. I'm glad they did that. So as for backwards compatibility with the Xbox One, is there like let's say your Microsoft account or your gamer tag has like some games associated with it. Can you like play those on your Xbox One, or is it only for your 360? Is it only
Nope.
for the really?
It is solely for your 360. Microsoft, especially Phil Spencer recently, they've been talking about the fact that they were trying to bring 360. They call it emulation, so it's probably not going to be native if it ever does come to fruition.
Yeah,
But they're talking about it. They're looking into it. They've said they've been looking into it for a long time, ever since everybody raised hell about it. But unlike the Wii, it does not support native
huh.
out of the box backwards compatibility.
All right. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing about the Wii U's backwards compatibility is you have to go into a separate Wii mode, and you have to basically turn your Wii U into a Wii for a while. And
Yeah.
I guess I get it. I don't really get it. But all right, so that was our extended overview. So let's talk about storage on the systems. Now, when the Wii U came out, I know a lot of people were upset with its 8 GB and 32 GB storage, and how they were really pushing this online system where you could go on the eShop and get all this stuff, and then they didn't have much storage on them. And they made a point to let people know that you could buy external hard drives for it, and they listed a few recommended ones, which I guess it brought down the price of the console, but at the end of the day, you're still paying the extra $100, at
Yeah.
least for my 1 TB that I have. So, yeah. So, one thing that I really don't like about the Wii U's external storage situation is if you're gonna give it a hard drive, it has to take all of it. You can't like you can't like say, okay, you take half a terabyte and something else can use the other half. That's one thing I found with my Xbox 360, and I'm assuming it's the same with the Xbox One, where you can like partition it like, okay, Xbox, use like 12 gigabytes of this and leave the other 4 for my laptop.
The Xbox One currently, I know, again, currently doesn't support external hard drive. That's something they've been talking about since launch.
Oh, really?
Um, yeah, Currently, at least not for me, unless you're like the IGNs of the world, you're probably not going to be running into this issue.
Right.
Because it does come with a default 500 gigabyte hard drive, but
Yeah.
in this day and age, a 500 gigabyte hard drive isn't going to cut it, which is one of the reasons I find it a little strange that the Wii U's is simply 32 gigabytes and 8
32.
gigabytes. Well, they phased out the 8 gigabyte models, but
Basically.
yeah, the mandatory install combined with the 500 gigabyte non-replaceable hard drive is very strange. I'm definitely going to be picking up an external hard drive relatively soon, probably like a 2 terabyte or something, just to make sure that I will have room. I know obviously right now I'm not running into that issue because I've got like 5 games, but even with those 5 games, I'm already using like 200 gigabytes just because it is a mandatory install.
Oh, so, that's right, because you have to install each game after you.
Yeah.
Even if it's a disc.
Yeah, and with the move to Blu-ray, all the games are like upwards of 20, 30 gigs. So if you're gonna go all digital for either platform, you're gonna need an external hard drive.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, the dumb thing about the Wii U storage is it had a mandatory update too. It took up 5 gigabytes of space. Yeah. So if you had the 8 gigabyte model, you have 3 to work with. And I mean, just for an example, Lego City Undercover alone is 19. So
that's 19 gigs.
It's 19 gigs.
I have, like I said, I have 2 games. I have the Wind Waker that came with my Wii U, and I have Monster Hunter. And both of those are digital just because it came with the Wind Waker.
Yep. And
the day I bought my Wii U, conveniently enough, Monster Hunter was on sale for like 50% off. So I bought it digitally as well. So while it is, I'm normally, I'll call it old-fashioned, but it's more like I just like to physically see my library. I have a problem with digital sales unless it's like on the PC, and even that's like minimal at best. But yeah, strangely enough, my Wii U is completely all digital at the moment. That probably won't be the reality when Mario Kart comes out next month, and the Super Smash Brothers and stuff. And of course the backwards compatible Wii games are physical, but I only have one of those at the moment, and that's just Dead Space. So
Dead Space came out for the Wii?
There was a Wii U, or not Wii U, excuse me, a Wii exclusive Dead Space game, and I'm a fan of the Dead Space franchise, so I picked that up. Motion controls that I'm not a huge fan of, but I can't really. I wish I couldn't complain about that. I wish it had, I wish I had the Pro Controller support. Same goes for the Metroids, like Metroid 3 and the Other Rim and all that. But, I can't really blame them for not supporting a feature that came out after the game came out.
Yeah, really. Alright, so let's talk about the design of the console. Now I was planning on, hopefully this doesn't throw you off, I was planning on this being the physical design of the console as well as like the UI design, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So let's start with physical. I have my Wii U and my Xbox 360 sitting right here on my desk. One of them is significantly larger than the other.
If you think the Xbox 360 is large, good lord. The Xbox One is a monster.
Is it?
It's like, and seeing all the pre-launch videos, I was like, oh, that thing, I mean, it's big, but it doesn't look that big.
Yeah, like...
In person, no, it's that big.
Is it really?
Huge. It is obvious that this was made with the overheating of the Xbox 360 in mind. Like, there's so much ventilation inside the Xbox One. I'm looking over at it, if you're wondering what I'm looking at. But
I figured.
it is a behemoth of a console. Like, my Wii U, I can't set it next to it without it looking like a little wireless router. It's tiny in comparison. And it's impressive that the Wii U packs everything into such a small compartment, especially with like the 1080p output of like the Wind Waker and what I'm sure will be like the Mario Kart and all that other stuff. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, I take my Wii U everywhere because I have a bunch of party games. So, and I live on college. I live at college, and none of my friends are really fans of any of the typical college fares. So I bring my Wii U places, and we have Wii U parties. So it's really easy to just like stick it and my hard drive in a backpack and just go across campus and find one of their like super big TVs and just hook it
Oh,
up there, and we'll play for like 2 3 hours. It's
that's
fun. Yeah,
yeah.
it's fun.
If you're planning on moving the Xbox One, you're gonna need a flatbed truck. Like it's huge. It's not that heavy, but combined with the if you're gonna have the Kinect, which I do have mine plugged in, but I rarely use it for anything other than voice commands. Kinect Sports Rivals comes out in a few days, but I don't think I'll be picking that up just because motion support wasn't my thing with the Wii.
Yeah,
Probably won't be my thing with the Kinect. The only reason I have is because it's bundled, and I
right.
do like the voice support.
Yeah, I
But
always
other than that, it's not a feature that I'm all too excited about. Well, I guess if as soon as they come out with something that showcases it, I'll enjoy it. But until then, I'm just like, I'll keep you plugged in so that you can turn my TV on
yeah,
and off and recognize my voice. But if you're gonna take the entire package, you've got the massive console, you've got the Kinect, you've got the power brick that everyone seemed to have a problem with. I'd rather the heat be outside the console, just like with the Wii
yeah.
U. I mean, even the Wii U's gamepad's charger has a
That's
has
the
a power
power
brick, so
brick.
that
Yeah,
kind of weirded me out. But for the most part, I don't have a problem with anything other than the. I mean, I wouldn't call the size of the console a problem, but it is a noteworthy. You're
yeah,
not gonna miss the size. It's huge.
yeah.
It's very American, put it that way.
Oh man. All right. So now let's get into the internal design of the UI and everything. For the Wii U menus, I don't have a problem with them really. It's nice and smooth. You have the two screens, so one screen can display your plaza, and the other screen can display your typical menu with all your apps and games on it. Um, the one thing I don't like about the plaza specifically, and I've talked about this in previous articles, you can't choose what games show up there. It's just kind of like a trending thing. Like it's like, oh, these games are popular right now. You obviously want to view them. And it's like I don't care about the YouTube app. I really don't.
Yeah.
So I mean that's my main complaint. They're just showing me stuff I don't want to see. And that's one of my few problems with the Xbox 360 is my homepage is it has three panels that I chose and they're small and off to the side, and then everything else is an ad.
Yeah, the 360's dashboard is littered with crap that I couldn't care less about.
Yeah,
Um, the Xbox One fixed this,
good.
in my opinion, fixed it dramatically, where it only has three sections. It has like what's in your game or what's in your console and all your features underneath that, like your recently played stuff. And to the left, it has like just all your pins, and that's completely customizable. I think it might come with a few defaults like the settings and whatnot, but you can completely rework that however you want. I have my favorite games all lined up how I think they look coolest. And then if you just go to the right, it has like the games and movies and music section, and they're fairly reasonably laid out. They are, I guess technically they could be considered ads because it's like, hey, look at what's now like recently released. Like they have like Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings, I guess The Hobbit all over that. They have like different artists that I don't know about, but it's
Yeah,
a lot cleaner layout than on the 360.
yeah,
360 went through so many revamps and um, updates that I honestly couldn't tell you what number they're at right now. But
yeah,
it is functionally it's an improvement, but visually, on the 360 at least, visually it doesn't work as well
yeah.
as I might enjoy. I'd say they fixed that on the Xbox One though.
Okay. Well, that's good because I mean, some ads are fine. I mean, like these advertisers are paying you. Go ahead, put some of their ads on my home screen. Just don't invade like my game space. Like if I'm looking at TV or movies, fine, put a TV or movie ad up there. But if I'm just trying to play, Dead Rising or whatever, don't throw an ad about My Little Pony at me or something.
Yeah.
I'm not too interested right now.
Yeah, the 360 was really bad about that. It's like I'm not in the Navy and I don't wear Old Spice.
Exactly.
I don't need to see these ads. I'm not your target audience.
Yeah, I guess My Little Pony isn't a very Xbox targeted ad. It was just the first thing that popped into my head.
Oh, with the just random advertisements that they have. I mean, they're not random, but with the advertisement they have, it might as well be My Little Pony as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I mean, if the ads were targeted, which I think some of them are, that would be better. Like if it looks at your recent game purchases and goes like, oh, hey, you liked a couple first-person shooters. Have you seen this new action movie that came out recently? Like if it was kind of geared like that might be better.
If they did it better, it wouldn't be such a problem on the 360. But,
Yeah.
or at least a complaint. I'm not
Yeah.
sure about problem. But
Yeah, it's not really a problem. It's just kind of like it'd be nice if they weren't there.
yeah.
Yeah. And the Wii U has no ads at all because nobody wants to advertise it.
Ugh, that's an unfortunate situation that I think
Yeah.
Nintendo finds himself in. The third-party support is just not there, and EA's, well, I guess it wasn't EA specifically. I'm not sure it was DICE, but their recent April Fool's joke was just so. It was a little bit too far. I was like, come on,
Yeah.
guys, this is supposed to be funny. You don't have to be a dick about it.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I love my Wii U. Granted, it doesn't have the third-party support that I
Yeah.
enjoy, but I bought it for the first-party games. I bought it
Yeah.
for its exclusives, so I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. Where I'm enjoying the features that I bought it for. So
Yeah, and that's all that really matters in the end.
Mhm.
Like I'd probably enjoy an Xbox One if I bought it, especially now that I have a 360 and I'm focusing on my gamer tag and my gamer tag and everything, and yeah. So I would probably enjoy one if I got one. I've been thinking about it. I'm not sure which one I would go with to go with the Wii U right now. But since I have an entire generation of backlog, I have a 360 now, so I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah, you're gonna be good for a while if
Yeah.
you're picking up the first party, and I'll call it anti-Wii third party, like
Yep.
the Skyrims
Yeah.
and the Mass
playing that
Effects.
now.
So yeah, those will suck up your life. I've spent a good almost 400 hours on one playthrough of Skyrim, so
Yeah. I'm getting there.
yeah,
If I
you've got
didn't
plenty to play.
if I didn't stab a guard every 5 minutes, I'd be a lot further. All right. All right. Online play. We kind of touched on this a little, but we'll go back. We'll go a little more in depth about it. So, like you were saying with Monster Hunter, that's mostly what I play online. It's really the only thing I have that has online play, except for like Trine 2, which I haven't touched in a while. But Monster Hunter's online play, it's really nice. I've not really experienced too many problems with it. There was one, I don't know what it was, but I was at school, and I guess our school is super scared of people like torrenting, so they block every single peer-to-peer connection that tries to go through our routers.
Mhm.
And apparently, for the type of hosting that Monster Hunter uses, it's a peer-to-peer connection because you have one person as a host and then three people joining, so it's peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
They're going off of each other, and apparently the school saw that the automatic filter caught that and would kick me off. So I think, but if I was playing a game with dedicated servers like Injustice, then oh yeah, because I have Injustice. But if I was playing Injustice, it would work fine because they have official servers, and I think most Xbox One games have like dedicated servers for playing online.
Yeah, Microsoft has made their Azure, which is their cloud platform, they've made their Azure servers open to every single developer, first or third or second party. So everyone can make use of those servers if they want to. I don't think it's It's definitely not like a requirement,
Yeah.
but it's an option for everyone. And games games such as like the Battlefields and um, the Need for Speeds, all EA's titles run through EA's servers, which just that just pisses me off because EA servers are so broken. But for the Titanfalls and all the other, I mean, there aren't a ton of games, at least that I have, that I can speak for, that are using Azure's cloud servers. But Titanfall, I've had very few problems with. Obviously, I had more problems in the beta, but that was what the beta was for. Um, and other than that, I really haven't had an issue. Like, the servers will go down for maintenance for like 40 minutes at a time. Um, but as far as like a reliability,
Hmm.
the servers, I have no issue with them. I've always found the Xbox servers to be some of the best, if not the best. Obviously, dedicated servers like on PC and whatnot, and on any platform for that matter, dedicated servers will always win out. But
Yeah.
as far as peer-to-peer, which is what 360 was for the most part, and except for like EA titles and other titles that were specifically hosted, um, I didn't have too many problems with it. I found that NAT or NAT settings were an issue, but that's a personal problem and not like a not a
Yeah.
platform problem. So.
Yeah. Yeah. As for the Nintendo stuff, obviously they don't have many dedicated servers. I think Mario Kart and such worked okay, but like even for the DS, like even Metroid Prime Hunters was peer to peer, and
Mhm.
I should know because I played the heck out of that game. But like I don't know, it's were a lot of them fell under the radar of the school, so it took a while to get it figured out, and it wasn't like a permanent solution, but they seem to have forgotten about it. So
Go tell them.
yeah, and I just got them to do the same with my Xbox because I don't Dungeon Defenders wasn't working, so
Yeah.
which Dungeon Defenders was great, by the way. It's, I had it on PC, and then Games with Gold had it, and that was when I was like, okay, I'll get Xbox Live.
Yeah, that's one of the things I do enjoy. Games with Gold is in no way a PlayStation Plus. Like PlayStation Plus is still miles ahead of it.
Yeah,
But PlayStation Plus has been around for I don't know how many years, so they've figured out what works, and more publishers have jumped on board with it.
yeah.
Whereas Games with Gold isn't even a year old yet,
Hmm.
um, and currently it's not on the Xbox One. There are rumors that it's coming. They keep on saying that it's coming soon. The
Yeah.
rumor is set for July, or
Okay.
June or July. That'll be about a year. But currently it's only on the 360, and I've downloaded almost every single one. I haven't played every single one, and some of them I already had, like the Halo 3s
Yeah.
and the Dead Islands, um, the Sleeping Dogs. I already had those just because it is a fairly old library that they're putting out.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the Assassin's Creed 2. I didn't have Hitman Absolution, which is currently on
Yeah.
Games with Gold. Haven't- But it's not the quality that you might expect from PlayStation Plus, but you do get to keep them. So that's one thing that I do really enjoy.
Yeah, I like being able to keep them.
Mhm.
I didn't know that about PlayStation Plus.
It might just be a mind game, because honestly, I'm not going to go back and play Hitman, or not, excuse me, I'm not going to go back and play Assassin's Creed 2 just because I got the full 1,000. I played that game, I enjoyed it. So even if I didn't get to keep it, I probably wouldn't actually notice in reality.
Yeah,
But it's nice to know that it's like this is mine.
yeah, it's nice to own it instead of kind of Steam it. Where if you own something on Steam, you don't own it as soon as you're not connected to the internet. Well,
I
there's
think that,
offline mode, but
yeah, I'm not a huge Steam guy, so I can't speak one way or the other,
I was, and
for
then I
sure.
realized
But
my laptop can't run anything. Like my laptop can't run like Team Fortress 2. It's really bad.
I, I have that same issue, but more along the lines of compatibility. I'm on a Mac,
Mm,
a MacBook Pro, so it can run everything that's supports it just fine,
Yeah.
but there's so many things that don't support it, so I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, see, that's the nice thing about a Mac for gaming is, while not too much is supported, it's standardized. So there's a
Exactly.
lot of other people out there with a MacBook Pro that can say, hey, this runs on it, or hey, this doesn't.
Yeah.
So, all right, we had talked enough about online play. Let's move on to controllers. One thing that I talked about the gamepad a little. I like it. You talked about it. You like it. Um, One thing I like is that instead of having to go out and buy like 4 gamepads, you just use the Wii remotes that you have lying around at the house. And and I think they said it best when they were actually first releasing the console was uh, like everybody has 1 or 2 Wiimotes lying around the house. Just pick those up and use them with your Wii U.
Yeah, that's one thing that I really enjoyed. The even on the Wii, both the Wii and the Wii U have the previous generation controller support. So,
Right, because of the GameCube.
because the GameCube, I as when we were playing, me and my friends, whenever we played Super Smash Brothers Brawl on the Wii, we always used GameCube controllers. That
Yeah.
was the first thing we did. We're like, okay, we're gonna play Brawl. Find the GameCube controllers.
Yeah.
Um, so with the Wii, I had to go out and purchase. With the Wii U, I had to go out and purchase my own just because I didn't have it. But one of the first, actually the first controller that I bought separately, even before I had a Motion Plus and a nunchuck, I went out and bought what was it? The Nyko Pro controller, just because it is shaped to model the 360's design. And I'll say I enjoy that. I'll probably prefer the Nintendo brand controller just because it is a better quality build, even if the thumbstick layouts are less than my favorite. But the fact that it supports out of the box, the fact that it supports the previous generation's controllers is a definite win in my book. Um, the Xbox One obviously comes with completely new gamepads, and
Yeah.
for the most part, I thoroughly enjoy them. Going back to the 360 is really, really difficult, just as far as analog support, like the thumbsticks on the 360 as compared to the one. There's such a there's a massive dead zone, and they're nowhere near as, I'll call it, precise.
Okay.
The triggers on the Xbox One are amazing. Not as many games as I would like support the built-in rumble features, um, but I'm sure that'll be more of a thing going on.
Yeah.
The bumpers, the bumpers are they're really hard for me to wrap my mind around. Like I like them, but it's not really clear where they start and end. Like I've kind of gotten used to it just over the past few months playing with it. I know how to work it, but when I first picked it up, I'm like, what is going on with these bumpers? Like, it's so hard to use them, at least in comparison to the 360's gamepad. Um, yeah, I'm looking at mine. In case you're wondering
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
figured
looking
you
at.
were, and I was just staring at my bumpers like,
Yeah. Another thing I'll call it quarrel with is the little jewel button, like the center, the home button, the Wii controllers have it, all that stuff. Just the home button, it's a little high on the Xbox One, and I find myself trying to use it like I did on the 360, where it pulls up the little in-game dashboard.
Yeah.
Doesn't work like that on the one. It just brings you back to the home screen, and your game runs in the background. So there's no more dashboarding to safety, as me and my friends always called it. But for the most part, I say the Xbox One's gamepad is a step in the right direction in just about every single way, except for the bumpers, which it just takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
The D-pad's infinitely better, much more like the patented or previously patented, I'm not sure, Nintendo D-pad. So that's a plus in my book.
Yeah, because the D-pad for the 360, I mean, it's nice, but it doesn't have that nice click that you get from Nintendo.
It's very floaty. They phased that out later by having this weird spin thing. I don't even know. I didn't buy one of those controllers, but the largest quarrel with the 360's gamepad was always its D-pad, and that's been fixed. So,
Okay, well that's good. Because I've never had a problem with it. I mean, it's a D-pad. I use it like once every other game or something. But I mean, I don't know. I'm an analog guy.
yeah.
Yeah. One thing that I will agree, I didn't understand it why it would be a problem at first, but now I agree with it. Is the one thing I don't like about the gamepad is its triggers are digital instead of I think it's analog, where it just has on or off. It doesn't have like half. You know how however hard you press it is like affects how, like, for example, uh, if you were playing some kind of sniper game where holding it halfway down would steady your breath and then pushing it the rest of the way down would shoot, like, you can't do that with a Wii U because it's just an on or off trigger. And I don't I don't agree with that decision. I think that's one reason. I think that might be a reason why they lost some support, is just because the controller doesn't have as many options as some developers would like.
Ironically, even with the touchpad, it doesn't have all the options people would like. But I enjoy. I'm not sure about the functionality of the triggers. Like I said, I don't play a whole lot of Wii U, so I don't know exactly where it would be best implemented. But the general feel I really enjoy. Its thumbsticks are a lot like maybe not physically, as far as shape is concerned, they're not a lot like the 360's gamepad or the Xbox One's gamepad, but it does have a very small dead zone, which I really like. It's very accurate. Whenever I'm using it, it's very accurate.
Yeah.
And the bumpers are like a little bit far away from the triggers, in my opinion, but I generally enjoy the feel that they support.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's a horrible thing. It's just like, oh, it's just kind of weird that it's not supported, because the GameCube had analog triggers. And I mean, I don't even remember what they used it for, but I know for sure I've like held a GameCube trigger down halfway for something.
Yeah.
I can feel it in my finger. It's weird. All right. So now the only thing I have left on here is other features. Just, is there anything else that comes to mind that you want to say? That anything?
As right now, what I'm thinking about is just because controllers were just we were just talking about controllers, is I'll call it voice communication. Like in whenever I'm playing Monster Hunter, if it's just me and one other guy, will normally use the gamepad's microphone or whatever, because it supports that, which is really cool. You don't need a headset or whatever. But when it gets to be more than just me and one other guy, the workaround that we always opt for is jumping on the 360 as well as the Wii U, and just getting in a party on the 360.
Yeah.
And just switching the video input on our TVs. But the fact that it's on the controller, while it's nice, it doesn't work as well as I might want it to. The quality isn't the best, in my opinion.
No.
It's more along the lines of the 360, which wasn't bad as far as in-game. Like, in-game chat was pretty bad, but the party chat was really good.
Yeah.
On the Xbox One, they have, I'm not sure exactly what they did, but the connection is no longer like the 360's gamepad is a 2.5 millimeter input. The Xbox One has a proprietary input, so I'm not sure if that allows them to transmit more data or what, but the voice and chat quality on the Xbox One is, as far as I'll call it digital communication, it's the best I've ever heard. Like, even over the telephone, I find the Xbox One has better, I'll call it call quality. I'm not quite sure what they did, but whatever they did was a very good thing. And now that they've rolled out their proprietary adapters, you can use your 3.5 millimeter head, like this guy. You can use this headset now, which is nice. And it supports TV audio through the port, through the controller.
Really?
So that's really cool. That's what the PS4's DualShock 4, I think the DualShock 4 can do, and that was a really, really neat feature, that the fact that it supported TV audio through the controller day one. That was really cool. So the fact that Xbox One's getting there is nice, and the Wii U's gamepad has it built in, so that's cool, but it's not the best.
Yeah. As for plugging headphones into the gamepad, it's nice to have the option to, when you're playing off TV, it's nice to have the option to, like, have the sound output come just from the gamepad, and then you can, like, for example, if you're watching Netflix, you can just put it on the gamepad, turn the sound up, put headphones in, and then you have your own mini Netflix player. It's nice.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it's nice because, you know, in college you have a roommate, and then, like, if they need to sleep to get up early for a class, you don't have to stop. You can just take it off the TV, put it down there, and hopefully that's not too much light. I had a roommate last year who would complain that it was too much light. But
picky bitch.
He was a cool guy.
Yeah, I really like the Wii U's off-screen experience. The fact that you can just plug in headphones and go, that's really nice.
Yeah. As far as anything else for the Wii U, it's a great party system. It's terrific for parties. I've never had a party with it and had people leave, like, sad or anything. It's just a really great time with friends. So my only complaint is that it needs more for single player gaming. Like,
I would have to agree with you. One of my main reasons for getting the Wii U, like I said, was I bought it when they first announced the Zelda bundle and the price drop. And my main thoughts going forward were Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers. I was like, this is going to be my little party system, and I'm moving supposed to be moving now, but I'm moving soon, and I'm just picturing that I'm going to put this in the living room, and we're all going to just enjoy the Mario Karts and Smash Brothers and the party games. That's what it's going to be for, and it's going to be a blast because it does that well. It does that very well. The Wii had like Xenoblade and whatnot, but as far as the single player experiences, we're waiting on those Zeldas and hopefully the Metroids. Come on,
yeah, hopefully the Metroid.
I want the Metroid.
I want a Star Fox. I know people want an F-Zero, but
all of those.
I'm holding my breath. I'm not too excited for an F-Zero. I don't know if I've talked about it yet or not. I might have, but Nintendo has, or the Wii U has, like, it has Sonic All-Stars, it has Mario Kart coming soon, it has Need for Speed. We don't need another racing game. Another racing game isn't going to save it. We need the next Zelda to come out. We need Metroid. I'll be the first to admit the Wii U is not doing the best. Actually, I wouldn't be the first. I'd be in line to admit that it's not doing the best.
I think. Well, I'm no analyst, but
Me neither.
I think Nintendo might have hoped it would be the success that the Wii was, and at the same time, I'm pretty sure the original Wii was like a lot of people's Netflix player, especially when it got to that really low price point in comparison to the 360 and the PS3.
Yeah.
But with the higher price point, which I think it is worth, I don't think it needs another price cut, at least not at the moment. I think it's worth the 250. Is that how much it is on 300?
I don't know. I bought mine when it was 350. So
yeah, but no, I think it's worth it. I just think that it needs the software support. It needs the new Zelda to be officially announced. It needs, at least in my book, the Metroids. It got the Donkey Kong, which is nice. The Mario Kart's coming out next month. Smash Brothers is on the way, so they're coming. The software is coming, but for the past year or so, it's been Mario platformer after Mario platformer. After Mario platformer. Like, I would love Super Mario Sunshine, either spiritual successor or just put that on the eShop. Like they've put
Yeah.
so many great titles on the eShop. They've got the original Metroid. They've got the original
Hmm.
Mario's. They recently put out a bunch of stuff, and there's I
Yeah,
think there's probably
they just did Game Boy Advance games like
yeah,
last
Game
week.
Boy Advance games. That's what it is. It's like those are wonderful additions. Now put Pokemon on there, and that's all I'll play.
Really, like, I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with how they emulate it and they can't save that much data to it or something. I don't know,
I'm not
but
sure.
whatever it is, they need to figure it out because you put Pokemon like Yellow on there and people will freak.
Yeah, I don't know how many copies. I have like 3 copies of each of the first gen Pokemons, just because I imported the Japanese versions and I have my original version. So it's like put that on the put that on the eShop, and you've got
Yeah,
you're doing the right thing. And if Game Freak, I think they've said multiple times that they're just gonna make I'll call it mobile, like 3DS and just the handheld versions. But if Game Freak were to go and make a Wii U console specific Pokemon
hmm
3D, that would be
that'd be amazing.
so like the Colosseums and the
Yeah,
other ones that I can't remember the title of because it's been a long
Battle
time.
Revolution, Super
Yeah,
Mega Snap. I don't know.
like all of those would be so great, and even
Yeah,
like a Pokemon Snap because it's got the
yeah. I
gyroscope
was
and all
just
that.
gonna say that. Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I tried to play the old one. The controls kind of threw me off. They were a little wonky, but give me give me a new Pokemon Snap with either gyro controls or the option to use the stick, and we're we're gold.
Exactly.
That'd be awesome, especially if it included like all I don't know what are we up to 700
Yeah.
seven. I want to say 711, but that doesn't sound right. I don't know. Either way,
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of Pokemon
yeah,
out there.
and I've caught like 10.
Yeah. Good luck catching all of them now.
Well, you need like the Pokemon bank, and you need everything stacked up. But anyway, um, so yeah, as far as the Wii U, I like I like that it's backwards compatible with all my controllers as well as my games because I didn't want to have to. I just got done buying 4 Wiimotes. I didn't want to have to go out and get 4 Wii U motes or whatever they'd be called.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. The ability to have my external hard drive is super nice. It has I don't know how many USB ports does the Xbox One have?
I think the Xbox One has 3
Okay,
USB ports. I know the Xbox 360 Slim, the one that I've got, has 5 USB ports.
wow.
Um, why you need 5, I'm not quite sure.
I don't
But
know. Well, actually, my the Wii U has 4, and I'm currently using 3 of them. Well, 2 of them. I was using 3 because I have the hard drive, which is plugged into one. I have my um, Wii remote charger plugged into another, and then I have the Skylanders portal plugged into the other one.
oh yeah.
So there's 3, and I don't know what I would need 4. Oh, my keyboard. If I ever wanted to plug in my USB keyboard
Mhm.
for because I used to do that with a Monster Hunter for the Wii, which
Yeah.
not that many people knew that the original Wii had keyboard support. You could use it on the internet channel. You could use it on Monster Hunter. You could use it on a lot of things.
Not gonna lie, I didn't know it.
Yeah, a lot of
If you
people didn't.
if someone had told me that in passing, I would have thought they were lying to me.
Yeah. No, you actually could. It was pretty nice. Um, yeah, the old Wii had a lot of nice features. Maybe I'll do something about that for the Zorpix Den. Like, 10 reasons to dust off your Wii.
Yeah, mine needs to be dusted off. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Mine just need to be dusted off because this room is dusty. Everything needs dust. Alright. Anyways, so I think that's about it unless you have any other closing statements.
Uh, no. I think I would say if anybody is interested in anything Xbox One, I know it's fairly unpopular according to the internet, but at the same time, the Wii U might be considered unpopular.
We're
So
pretty good.
if you if you have any things you might want to look at regarding the Xbox One Daily, I try to keep up with as much as I can. Currently, I'm the only one writing specifically for Xbox One Daily, so
And you've been doing a good job at keeping up. There's new articles all the time. It's a great site. Go check it out. They need more community members, so go over there, be nice, behave yourselves, and yeah, let's help them get their community started.
yeah, we've got a little group of people who always end up commenting on stuff, but until somebody comes in and starts a flame war, it's kind of a small little community. So
Yeah. So
if anybody has any questions, we'll be sure to help them out and answer any of their questions.
yeah, I mean, just don't go over there for the purpose of being a jerk. Go over there with a curious mind and just be like, hey, what's this about? Like, if you're going over there to be a jerk, just don't go there. It's nobody needs it, nobody wants it.
Yeah, I can't wait for all the fanboy, and flame wars to go away. It's gonna be great when all of us, as far as gamers, can just enjoy all the systems.
Yep.
I've got my PlayStations, I've got my Xboxes, I've got my
Yeah.
Wii U, most unpopular console on the market. I've got it and I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I
building
have
a PC rig, so everybody is a winner.
Yeah, I mean, I have Steam, I have a 360 now, I have a PS2 up there, and I have my Wii U, so I'm covered for like every gen.
Every game ever.
I wouldn't go that far.
Not yet. You'll get there. We'll both get
I'm
there.
working on it. So yeah, also if you're from Xbox One Daily, thanks for joining us. Zorpix Den is just a little thing I do on Wii U Daily once every Wednesday. I just take a little time, just go over something that I find interest in, and yeah, it's usually pretty fun. I like to get the community involved. It's so feel free to stop by and say, hey, this is my first time doing it as a video, so definitely let me know how you felt about this and our special guests.
Our little chat.
Yeah, our little chat. And let me know if you'd like to see something like this for the PS4, because we might have that lined up anyway. So
Yeah, we've got sister sites where we can all talk about all the platforms. So
yeah, we have. I mean, we even have a Steam Daily, which we could get more people over there. So any of you PC gamers, if you want to check it out, it's steamdaily.com. Or is that still up, or did we?
I have no idea.
Okay. If it is up, go there, because it's great.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I do believe that's about it. I'll post links to both of our respective websites in the comments of this video, and I can't think of anything else except I'm excited to see talking about fanboy wars. I can't wait to see the ones in this article.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be wonderful. Yeah, so from both Wii U Daily and Xbox One Daily, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.